Okay, welcome back. This video is going to show you how we use the Teams desktop. And from the previous videos we've shown you how to use the Teams app and then to bring that data across using the Teams sync. So now there's a file sitting on the desktop which we brought across from the Teams sync, and it's ready to be now imported into the Teams desktop so that the data can be manipulated, filtered, and ultimately produce reports. So here's the Teams desktop program. You can sort of see there's the front screen. It automatically comes up, and the first thing we need to do is transfer the data from the transfer point from where Teams sync has put it and bring it across. So we're going to go to the import tab. You can see there's an import and export tab. So the import tab, so we click on it, automatically takes us to set folders, and it finds the folders. We just then click on the transfer file, which is where it's we told it to sit. We select the file and we import, and look at that, it's all brought across. So that's brought across all the photo data, it's brought across all the text data, all the sketches, the locations, everything's been brought across. And the great thing about this is that at the same time, if we want to, we've got some project data actually on the Teams desktop, we can actually synchronize that back and export it and synchronize it ultimately back onto the Android. So now what we're going to do is we're going to now move into the main screen. We're going to click on the options, and in the option tab you can see we've got some a location of where the folders and where templates are kept, where the project path is actually sort of kept, where the merge folders, which is where a lot of the synchronized and reporting data actually gets stored. Now we can click on that setup screen and it will automatically populate and complete the folder path for you. So with these screens I've just highlighted, you can see this is where the custom templates are. So you've got a project template, an asset template, a inspection template, and also a photo template. And these templates are customizable. So when you actually sort of buy the Teams desktop, you'll get some default templates, and then you can basically go in there, you can save and copy them, modify them, edit them to suit yours. So you can put your own company logos on, so like your own wording, set the form out so it actually matches your own forms or reports that a client actually requires, and then basically save those back in. And then if you actually select those particular custom templates, then it'll actually print those out in the report. So now we're moving across actually into the project screen. You can see you can do a number of projects. We've only got one, but you can have as many projects as you want. There's project information. You can see we've got a project number, project name, we've got location, description. You can see here we've got the project path, and that's where all the photos are actually sort of stored. So you obviously just go and click on that that window, that little box, and select where the photos are. If we come down to the asset screen, you can sort of see we've got two assets actually sort of stored in there. So if we're going to go and click on that first actually asset, it'll just bring up the information, and as you can see there, we've got the asset screenshot. That was the map asset location that we actually chose first. So you can sort of see there's a Google Maps. You can see the tag, you can see the latitude, longitude, location. You've got the asset location fields that you saw it there, and not all of those being filled out, as I sort of said, but you've got the inspection sort of information actually located there. And remember, you can do multiple inspections, so hence why we've got those buttons down the bottom. And then we've got the photo details. So if you click on the photos, the photo actually sort of comes up. You've got a photo description, you've got photo comments, you've got some additional location details. You've got any actions required, you've got the ratings for condition and damage, you've got the risk, consequence and likelihood for your risk assessment. We've also got some barcode readers actually sort of there. That will actually be part of a new version that we're actually sort of bringing out, where you'll be able to actually click on the barcode and actually read that information. Click on the second one. Now this is the one where we actually choose the photo and we actually choose the broader sketch. So there's the actual sketch that we actually had. Again, the fields are actually sort of filled out. for condition and risk, the actions. And then the third one is where we actually did a photo markup. So again, you can see the photo markup. You've got all the fields there, so like that are relate to that particular photo. So we now can go to the second asset, and on the second asset, that's where we actually we tagged an actual PDF to show where the location was. So we actually click on that, and you can see the PDF actually there. You can see where we've actually tagged it. You'll notice that there's no latitude or longitude, obviously, because it's not using GPS. We're now just tagging it, but you do still see that there's an X and Y coordinate, which is as far as the screen location of where that tag's actually located. And that can be quite handy, because then if you've got that information, you could actually do some filters to actually bring back data just relating to a particular grid reference. So you can see the tag there, and that's quite handy where you're actually indoors or inside a plant where GPS doesn't relate. So okay, we've got the photos relating to that. We've just taken a slab photo there. Again, all the field data there that's relates to that particular text data that was actually entered with that photo. All the asset information is there. You notice that we didn't fill a lot of it actually out, but if we had, then all the information is actually there. And you can go and you can enter in all this data with actually in the Teams desktop. So if you don't fill it out in the field, you can actually enter it on the desktop, and then it's actually there. And that can be quite handy, particularly with the export, because then when you choose to actually export the data back to your Android device, all those fields can actually be populated back on the actual Android device. They'll automatically populate. So okay, so now we're coming down here, and you can sort of see that for a particular project we've got all our templates actually down there. You can see that they've automatically defaulted to the ones that we've set for our setup options, but you can actually adjust those and select other ones. So you might have a default custom templates, but you might choose for some of your project reports to have a customized one. So we're going to run. Okay, so now we're going to run a Excel report. You've got a choice of two reports, an Excel and a Word. So we're going to run the Excel. It says that it's actually, do we want to copy over it? Yes, we do. So that's now running it. Yes, it's completed it. And there's the Excel report. So you can still see that the template that I've set up, it's got a risk assessment at the top there. It's got some headings. You can adjust the actual the column data. You can see I've got a photo ID, an image, got locations and descriptions. So I've got the condition ratings, the risk details. Then the risk rating actually that we actually enter in comes up to an actual risk rating that works off that matrix box. And then we've got some comments, and then we've got some actions. And those columns can be actually adjusted and manipulated to suit the type of Excel report that you want to run. So so you can choose to basically put in any type of data from the fields that you actually want into your Excel report, and that will automatically synchronize to coincide with the photos and the text data that you've actually that you've entered. So now we're going to go back, and we're going to generate the Word. So we click off the Excel, we click on the generate report. So we're now going to generate the Word report. It's now starting to generate. You can see the green bar down the bottom. It's actually working through it, generating the based off the templates that we selected. It's now said that it's finished. We click yes. So now you can see this customize Word report. So that's the client name of the project. We've got some client details, and there are details to be brought across. We've got normal generic details in the executive summary that I chose, and it's automatically populated in things like client name and project name and other bits of data in there. It's got a table of contents. We've got an introduction section. Again, you can set this however you want, and again it's populated in automatic information, so client name, project information, asset information. We then move down into the actual report. So what I actually do when I'm actually going through is I actually used bring up a view 2 screens. Now, depending on the size of the photos, sometimes the photos don't sit properly, but it's a very easy exercise to fix that up. How you fix it up is you can see that that photo on the right hand side should belong in the box on the left. So all I do is I just grab the box and I drag it across, put it in the box. I can adjust it to the size that I want. Depending which way you actually hold the camera, whether it's in portrait or landscape, will depend on the size. It will change the size of the photo, and that's why sometimes, depending on the template, might actually sort of jump across the page. If you took the photos the same way and you've set it up that way, well then the photo should go in the right place. As you can see, you can adjust the template quite easily once you're in the template. And as far as this, the numbering, it's just a case of continuing the numbering, just using standard window numbering fields, and that's the update. We'll drag that photo actually across, just click, and then they'll bring the next section up, just to make sure that the page offsets. You'll notice in this template I haven't set up any page breaks. If you did, well then everything would actually line up. So it's just a quick exercise to really to actually move the photos to where they need to belong. And as I said, sometimes the photos do come across in a different size depending on how you've taken them or whether there is like a sketch. But if you set up a page break in your template, then the page break will actually happen where you actually want it. So you can see that it's a fairly quick exercise. Doesn't take very long as well. Grab that last photo, actually coming across, and then essentially that's the end of the report. And you can obviously add further sections actually on the report or appendices, however you wish. So we'll just adjust this last section so that the heading titles are at the top of the page, make it nice and neat. There it is, and reports are all done. And you can set the report out however you want. The Word report and the Excel report are completely customizable. It's entirely up to you on how you actually how you want to set it out, and what data you actually want to put in, where you want to set it up. You might have a standard report form where data's got to belong in the right place, or it might be a client form that they want that particular format, and it's just a case of depending on whether it's an Excel or it's a Word document, just set the customized template to actually match that form, and then basically populate the data fields with the data from the team's desktop. So you can see that it's a fairly quick exercise to produce a report. It doesn't take very long, and as I said, if you actually spend a little bit more time and on your customized template and put in page breaks, it's literally edit free. It'd really just be a case of just going through and just making sure that no spelling mistakes or anything have crept in, and it's all done. So that's pretty much the Teams desktop, and so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. There'll be more videos to actually to follow. So all the best.